Anytime I action when I'm wearing hats, I have to be like careful because I always like. Y'all, what's up? Welcome back into the channel for an after hours special. Not really, it's the middle of the morning. It's the day after I finished. But what I mean by that is we are done with the main game now. And so like I told you guys, I wanted to do a video that included the rest of the Berserkers, finding all of the rest of the Nornir chests, like any of the collectibles, the rest of the poems. We still have one more poem left. So I want to go around and do that, maybe do the Crucible. And yeah, I just would like to finish up this game right, and then we can tie a pretty bow around it and be done until I decide to pick up a challenge run with Give Me God of War or something. I don't know. Either way, I feel like I gotta do this game justice. And so, nothing crazy going on today. It's probably gonna be a little chaotic because I didn't look anything up. So once again, I'm just trying to go for it, find it if I can. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys enjoy this next part of the game. After a day, I can tell you guys that I feel very just disoriented by not having, like, after today, I won't have Ragnarok to play anymore. And so as exciting as it is to start new games, I'm actually about to take a week off for my birthday. I'm going snowboarding for a week. So that couldn't have come at a more perfect time because I can go cry on the slopes and mourn the loss of Ragnarok, and then I'll come back and I'll start something new and fresh for us. Either way, thank you for being here, and I hope you guys enjoy this cleanup episode. Action. Not that any of us would be surprised when this happens, regardless, but I just wanted to let everybody know I did not charge my controller last time. So, might pop up. That's what it is.
Where to?
Don't ask me where to, I have no idea right now. Oh, but we can level up Freya. She has new armor, too. Fatebreaker tunic as well. Was I able to change her earlier before Ragnarok and I didn't even realize? I must have not even picked that up. We can match? No, she was wearing it anyway. It's equipped regardless. So she threw it on. Yeah. That being said, I do like her regal Vanir garments, but we'll keep the Fatebreaker on. I kind of like having that for both of us. I like it. Skill-wise, does she have anything else that I want to throw into? She has like so many. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and max a lot of her stuff. Enters Valkyrie form. There was so much I never completed in her web. Damn. Oh no, we're so close to finishing her skill tree completely. That's okay. That's okay. Going into the spear, let me throw into this one. And then actually, I do think everything rising wind forms a whirlwind. I'm kind of throwing into randomly right now. To be honest, I have enough XP that I think I could max everything out, but not the point.
First, we could take care of any lingering business in the realms.
Or investigate those pieces of Asgard.
Either way,
Oh.
we're with you, brother.
Is that a whole new, that is a whole new, yeah. The last remnants of Asgard. We just got a new favor, didn't we? Ah, make safe the wreckage of Asgard. Vanaheim, Svartalfheim, Muspelheim, the Burning Cliffs, Midgard. Okay, so we get to go around to all the new places anyway. This is perfect. It's an epilogue. Nice. That actually makes a big difference. All right. I guess it makes sense to start with Midgard. There is still like a lot that I think, I feel like I want to come back to Midgard. I don't necessarily think I want to start with Midgard. I'd rather start with like Muspelheim, or actually let's just go back and do the Berserker in Nilfgaard, in Niflheim. Yeah, let's just fast travel.
Linda
Actually,
also mentioned there's going to be a get-together to honor Brock's memory at Rab's Tavern in Svartalfheim. I'd like to go.
yes, I would too. I don't know if that counts as a favor or just something like a pop-up. To honor Brock's memory.
Lemire, there's something I wanted to ask you about. Hildisvini told me about your visit to secure Hell's army, but was reluctant to elaborate when it came to negotiating with Hrasfelder.
True.
Ah, yes. Well, I can see why he'd hold off on such a subject until he saw if we survived the battle.
Nornir, what exactly did you promise the large bird?
Oh, nothing too horrifying.
What's
It's just
that?
that she'd like to retire.
Retire?
What?
Hell's Eagle wants to retire?
Indeed. And don't ask me what she expects to do with her free time. I assure you there is no reassuring answer.
Can she even do that?
What is that?
Not be Hell?
I just croaked.
Apparently so. She just requires relief. Someone else to step in and become Hell, as it were.
Not exactly an office many would wish to occupy.
Yeah.
Aye. Terrible weather, infinite hours, and the possibility of unleashing terrible mischief on the realms if they're careless.
There's no way he
Or
agreed
worse,
to
if
that.
they aren't completely trustworthy.
But if she were to leave without a replacement?
Complete chaos, yes.
Well, I'm sorry I asked.
So did he agree to do it in exchange? Like he would replace her when wanted? What is this? Oh, there's something completely new here. We never had none of this was here before, right? This must be one of the points from Asgard, I'm assuming. Alright, let's go ahead and just end this. Oh my gosh. The back-to-back runic. Actually, Frost isn't gonna do a whole lot to them, but still. Alright. One down. Oh! Oh, shoot. It's coming in. Oh, I actually haven't been using her special abilities either. Pop it, lock it. Nice.
Well, if the
What was that? Oh, is another one. Yeah, just another one. For most attacks, your shield should prove effective. Oh, so whenever they're doing the yellow charge attack, I'm sure if you just did the double tap shield on it or block,
out there,
just a
the
proper
Einherjar
dodge.
will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Yeah.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out.
Yep, this is a complete new way. But the wreckage is cleared, although it's kind of weird that they threw this up here. Oh, that was from... Okay, I see. Weapons have fallen, hardened remnants. But I don't believe there's anything new up there, because it already said we cleared 1 out of 10. I think we just needed to free that path,
fancy a riddle.
perhaps?
If you fancy a boot to the head.
Riddle solved.
Wait, did we ever solve the riddle that Brock asked us? I don't think we ever found the answer to it, did we? Or did he tell us and I can't remember already? Am I brain dumping half of the material so quickly?
Here. You may tell a story.
Asking for
wish.
story.
Am I preferable to silence at last? A rare day. I can't
Yeah.
But since you mention it, there has been one on my mind of late.
Can
It
you,
goes back to my
okay.
earliest days, when
Never
I had
mind.
little more to do than observe the mortals who
Sorry,
passed through
Mimir.
our forest.
Another time. We must focus.
He'll tell the story when we come back. I'm not too worried about interrupting Mimir. Unless he started the story, then I don't feel so bad. All right, we're gonna go to Alfheim. The only thing that I don't understand, wait. What? The Berserker is not popping up over here. That's not possible. Unless, can you only do that Berserker after? Oh, you know what? It wouldn't pop up on the travel map. The travel map would only indicate, yeah. There's a lot to do in Svartalfheim. I feel like we should go ahead and already do that one. Vanaheim, we're close. Alfheim, I think we should go ahead and finish. What is this? The remnants. Oh, you know what? We could finish Alfheim. I want to say that the only thing left in this area is that one Nornir chest that you guys told me about and I never actually grabbed. So yeah, let's complete Alfheim. Was there a raven over here? I think there is a raven over here too. Yep, and there's an undiscovered. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay, finish Alfheim. I need to make sure that I'm not like bouncing around and like stick with the whatever I hone in on. Let's all go to Alfheim. In my defense, the first time we went in 2018, it was a lot worse than Ragnarok. I want to say it was a lot easier.
I look forward to exploring Alfheim and not having to fight elves.
Oh? What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they?
Does that mean they no longer want
What possible
to?
reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
That's fair.
Why? Freya united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
Kratos would know. That's interesting dialogue from Freya to ask that question. I feel like she would understand that. But I think that maybe more than anything was just posing the question to the player itself to kind of have you realize that there still is conflict even after peace. And plus, I think that you have to take into consideration that just because you join forces to fight a greater evil doesn't mean that your own differences or frustrations are solved, you know? I think you guys said it was under the library.
Freya, something is on your mind. What is it?
Freya's sword. I'm glad he got it back.
Odin stole it?
Not quite. It couldn't be stolen.
Oh, I wanted to know
It
about
had
this.
to be given freely. Freyr had it forged in his younger days, imbued with its own motives and passion.
I went the wrong way.
For centuries, he swore he would only ever set it down.
Hold on, I think I went the wrong way. No, I didn't. Okay, we're good, we're good.
In death, or upon meeting the love of his life. Both he and the sword were romantics, you see.
The sword was a romantic as well. That was such a cool moment when you see that he gets Ingrid, because we were using it that whole time and I had no idea. I find that interesting that Odin allowed Atreus to use it to begin with. Look at all the bodies of the elves. All right, so this is where the Nornir chest is. I never would have saw this. I looked at it like I look at any of the side rubble and yeah. I can't believe I missed it. Especially considering how beautiful it is. Nope. Can't break it. Oh, I forgot about these. Raven.
Light out an entire mausoleum.
Just throw a million spears.
Their secrets.
All right, it's a figure eight. It's a figure eight, so it's coming over here.
But with this secret exposed, perhaps old wounds can begin to heal.
All right, slow down, let it happen. It comes over here, so let's wait for it to do the flyby right here. Yeah, that should be the perfect spot. This is the last Raven, and there's one more. There's actually one more. Oh my goodness. The only thing with the spear is you would have to be so exact, so I feel like using something bigger like the axe maybe? There we go. 2 left, and 1 is over in the main sanctuary spot in Alfheim. So that makes me wonder where the final one was. Oh, I bet you Vanaheim. There's got to be one in Vanaheim I'm missing. All right, Nornir chest. We've got to do this thing. Get the right angle. I feel like you'd have to be far over here. Oh, can we? Oh, no, we can't from that way. Oh, unless, can we reflect off of this? Yep. But we needed to hit, maybe doing it for the, okay, it's close. Better angle, still. It's so close, it's hitting through 2 of them. Maybe more over this way. Down more. That's what it is. We need to go down more. There we go. Very nice. But there's 3 chests. That means we need hex arrows. All right, we have one right there. We're gonna have to break this. Can I break it with a spear? No. So I think we have to break it with a hex arrow, right? Combined with our frost axe. We haven't done these in so long. No, it's a sigil arrow, isn't it? Yes, okay. Oh, and there's the, okay, so there's the second one. And there's the third one. So with that, there's a fire right by, which means I think we just have to hit the fire with a hex arrow. Nice. Yes. And there's a fire right there, so we need to be able to hit both of them. One more to make the connection. There we go. And then hit the fire. First try, baby. I need all of her arrows back because we're gonna have to do this fast because she's gotta hex this. Oh, we need it to explode up the... Okay, that's not bad. We can do that. So we need this one to be a second and a third. I need to sigil arrow this and then hex arrow that fire. Let's go. That's the last one. Max HP, baby. Oh, by the way, I didn't even see that we had this one that we could have used. So I'm even more impressed that I did just using two. Although it did reflect off of it, so we still did technically use it. All right, next area. We're done with this whole area, right? Yes. Okay, that feels so good. I'm not even a completionist. I told you guys, I talk about this through a lot of my playthroughs. I have the heart of a completionist, but the determination is lacking. Like, I think that it takes a lot. And also, I think in a lot of games to do 100%, you do have to like look things up sometimes. We'll go to this remnant, by the way. And a lot of times when I'm doing playthroughs, whether it's on stream or with you guys, I just don't want to like have to Google anything. Did I Google something one time? Yes, it was that one thing in Vanaheim. But that was such, I think that's gotta be the hardest puzzle just because it was more thinking outside the box by getting the creatures to come inside of the cage. I just have never seen us do something like that. Which it was clever, and I like it because of that, but still.
Freya,
Frustrating, nonetheless.
Your brother's sword. How did Odin acquire it?
I'll answer this one. Odin disguised himself as the most beautiful person Freya had ever seen.
Really?
This separated Freya from his sword.
Oh, with embarrassing speed.
I am glad Freya ultimately retrieved it.
Me too.
I'm glad Ingrid didn't hold a grudge. My little fool. Well, hell hath no fury like a sword scorned. At least it was one of the, I would say, it wasn't as aggressive as some of other things Odin's done.
One summer, a local laird of renowned eccentricity chose to sequester himself with a small coterie of kinsmen and followers. The aim of their woodland retreat was to achieve enlightenment through study and discipline. They took oaths to brook no distractions until they became wise men.
Distractions.
Women.
Women. Drink.
Mostly women.
As you can imagine, things deteriorated quickly. By autumn, tempers were frayed and wisdom remained in short supply. One day, I watched as the laird and his brother took their hunting. There they found, at the banks of a river, a lady as fair as any they'd left behind. She pleads for their assistance, for fear the currents would carry her off if she tried to cross. The laird doesn't miss a beat. He hoists her onto his shoulders, carries her across, sets her down, doffs his cap, and fords back across to his brother, who is dumbfounded, can't even bring himself to speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth down to powder. Finally, the dam breaks. "Brother," he cries, "how could you do it after everything we've sacrificed? How could you break your vow like it was nothing? carrying that lass on your shoulders like you were a Shetland pony. The laird just smiles. Brother, I set that lass down across the river. 'Tis you that carries her still. Oh, I got a chuckle. A rare day indeed.
That is a very good. It is you that still carries her. That might be one of my favorite stories that he's told. So clever. Oh my, this is not normal. Okay, this is like a berserker. It's like a berserker fight in... Alright. Time to go.
Behind you, watch out!
Hey, I'm in the middle of beating up your brother. Can you give me a second here? No respect. Absolute no respect. Everybody just wants me to hurry up and...
Covered in Bifrost.
In due time, I will smack all of you guys. Pop it, lock it. Parry it back. I feel like I'm barely doing anything. My parry on that one. Where did he go? Oh! Did a wombo combo? Get that shit out of here. It's like a mini berserker fight. I love it. Parry it back. Throw it. Finish him! Oh! The kneecap. Oh, the head. Oh, I'm over here worried about the kneecap as we just hammer down his head entirely. Oh, I did not parry that. Nice. Send it back. Parry it again. Try again. Boom. Oh, his head just goes further on it. The scythe is a brutal kill.
Can't they sense
Is that one of the...
Odin is dead?
They are soldiers.
Yeah.
They will always be loyal to him, alive or dead.
New scroll. I didn't think we'd get lore from fighting somebody. Make haste to the prison that has fallen to Niflheim. Niflheim. The All-Father may be gone, but we will carry out his will and ensure the prisoner never sees the light of day again. The Queen. The prisoner.
It's a matter of honor.
Yes, they will continue to follow his orders and keep the realms under his thumb.
Not for long, they won't.
Knowing he's never coming back, right? Brothers. Brothers. Still in the service of Odin after Asgard has fallen, what they had hoped to achieve in the deserts of Alfheim has now blown away in the sands on the wind. Should any more Asgardian forces remain loyal to Odin, I will rid them of this land. Interesting. You know, by the way, I feel like we should change our... Once we get more ashes, we can change our armor. And we can finally take on, I don't know, maybe endgame is when I finally...
Circling back to the topic of prophecies brought
Go
about
with
by
the
the
full
efforts to avoid them.
coverage.
I can recall such a story as you mentioned.
Real quick, 1 second, Mimir. I got a path where we're going next. Hold on that thought. 1 second. Okay, so we can path back to this, and then we're gonna have to fast travel to here, and then there's an undiscovered, and then we have another remnant, and then we've got a raven somewhere. This is gonna be a pain in the butt because I can't believe I missed that raven to begin with.
A Greek tale on the stage. Rather lurid, but very popular. You know the one?
Every Greek knows the tragedy of the Theban king.
Yeah, word gets around about that sort of thing.
The Theban king. Look at all of the little jellies. I was hoping we get to see them. How long do you think it takes for them to get as large as the other half goofas? There's nothing half about them. The undiscovered's on the other side of this as well, right? What is that? Who is that? Thor!
Wait a bloody moment.
Thrud!
Is that?
Thor's hammer
Yes!
and his daughter.
She said she had to go find something, remember?
Proud, Dad.
Good for her.
Yeah. I'm so glad we got to see her go collect that. That means that we'll see the others too, probably completing their own tasks as well. My heart. Hello. She has a side quest for us too?
No, nothing. It's just, don't know if you've heard, but...
He did not lose his ball again.
About a Brock in Svartalfheim.
A funeral.
Yeah. We're meeting at Rab's Tavern in Nethervalir.
We will be there.
You already know we'll be there.
Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece.
I'm just upgrading both of hers, even though I'm still sticking with the other blade.
What do you need, handsome?
Did you say Ragnarok armor?
Let's make some magic.
There's a new, the Huldra Project number 9. What? Turn Mimir's discomfort into a Bifrost blast against nearby enemies. Okay. Project number 9. That has to be referencing something, and I'm not picking up on it. Except, I mean, okay, we'll try it. We'll try it because it also involves Mimir. Project number 9. I'm sitting here just thinking about,
what can I do for a
like
guy?
Chanel number 9. I'm completely missing this. Gosh, that cost a lot, actually. I didn't realize. Oh, no, it was the other armor.
Crafty?
We're feeling crafty. Guys, I think I want to do the placard of the fallen stars. I need to find where these last few smoldering embers are. I have no idea where we're going to get them. Or do we go with the dragon? I know I saw a lot of you guys talk about the dragon breastplate and just the armor set as a whole. What is the thing you get? Cooldown restored, 30%. That is true. That's not bad. Right now we have rage gain increased, which I do kind of like, but I could get down with the. Wait, I'm sorry. Sorry. I was looking at the bracers of the fallen stars. Dragon is shield damage increased. For somebody that doesn't use their shield very much, maybe I would have. Either way, we have to collect more items.
Crafty?
Hey, did any of you guys ever figure out? I guess it's pointless at this time. But did you guys ever figure out why I'm still having a exclamation mark here? Because I thought I've gone through all of these and I've clicked on things that... Maybe it's because I can upgrade the Rond. And I bet you I've been able to upgrade the Rond for a long time. I bet you this is gonna go away when I max this bad boy.
Very thick.
No. We don't have blazing embers to upgrade the shield itself. This is upgradable. Oh, I wasn't even equipping that one. Why did I even upgrade that to begin with? I guess, is it just showing an exclamation mark if there's anything that can be upgraded? This one's still, I'm still lost at this. I mean, I guess if I sold them, maybe I wouldn't know then. No, because this one's upgradable as well. I don't get it. Although we can, oh, we have enough hardened remnants. There we go. But I don't think that's what I needed. No, it's still showing this exclamation mark.
Want to talk for a spell?
Not yet. We're doing some things. But thank you, Lunda. Catch a ride. I'm not gonna lose it. Maybe this is why I need to do Tales of Borderlands. I looked it up yesterday and I saw that there's a new Tales of Borderlands, but I think it's something completely different. And it also has like not so great reviews on Steam. Not that I live and die by Steam reviews, but let us see. We need to path to this undiscovered, then to this, and then who the heck knows where this last raven is. That's gonna be frustrating. Actually, there's 3 things I need to find: legendary chest, lore, and Odin's raven. How could I miss so much? Side note, I thought that this spear, one thing that's interesting is when Brock blessed our spear, didn't he say, like, it be destroyed when it was done with its quest? Maybe when we finish everything in the realms, then the spear will destroy itself or
I see
disintegrate?
another realm tear from Garn. Shall we close it?
We shall. Forgot that they were undiscovered. What is it? Oh gosh. I'm not blocking. I know. I'm sorry. Are more coming out, or am I just fighting this one? No, there's more. Oh, there's more. Be careful what you ask for. Okay, let's use Mimir's thing. Let's check this out. Ready? Oh my gosh. That is so sick. That's awesome. I see our health being regenerated slowly over time, and I love it. I love it. Let me know, by the way, especially since we're at the end game now, or post game, I guess I should say. Let me know what y'all's favorite amulets were. Like, what was your wombo combo that you guys went with? I'm walking here. Behind me. Get that shit out of here. Guys, we replenish our rage so fast. I really think that this is a great armor set for that.
Watch out!
Oh.
But I'm
Oh,
sure
they
our
left.
work is far from over.
Yeah, 3 out of 6. There were so many other hell tears I never even tried to close. Interesting. What does it give us, though? Frozen Spark. Collect 6 to restore it to its true form. How many more sparks do we have left? I guess there's 3 more to be able to upgrade our weapons completely. I'm not going down here. On Essence of Hell. Unless I am going down here. I think I am going down here. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Essence of Hell. I need to, let me see. I don't know if there was a spot for us at resources. Here we go. Yes. Weapon upgrades. We have 5 Chaos Sparks and 3 Frozen Sparks. But we have 1 away from maxing our Chaos Blades. Timber. Used to upgrade the bow. Yeah. And then Gale Flame. I want to be able to fully upgrade that. I mean, there's a part of me that wishes I had explored all the other regions completely before we finished, because obviously I would have been stronger for that situation. But with, once again, like playing a casual, normal difficulty, it really, I don't think would have had this tremendous
Freya, when Hildesfield
impact.
went to Helheim, how did he not freeze to death?
A perk of the Jofer.
The boar-shifting warriors of Vanaheim, as
How do I-
wise in statecraft as they are deadly on the
How do I
battlefield.
get over?
So they may shift into whatever form they like.
Sure, so long as the only 2 shapes they'd like to shift into are human and boar.
That's okay. As long as those are the only 2. I guess this isn't the route to go after all. This brings us down here. Okay, never mind. I take it back. I feel like Alfheim is where I always get lost, inevitably. Just so I should remember the path that we took. And we didn't go down anywhere. But we didn't go through there either, right? So that means we need to go up all together. Must be through here. Possibly. This will show us, yeah. Here we go. I mean, I'm kind of going further away, but this still should bring us to where I need to go. Right? This whole place is so confusing. Wow, Freya and I are getting real close right there. That was where we went down somewhere else. Loot. I remember, yeah, this is the right path though. Because I remember when Tyr was asking us. Which now I'm thinking back to everywhere we traveled with Tyr. And that dude was Odin this whole time. was so a wolf in sheep's clothing. Did anybody call that? Like, I think you guys would have already told me, but did any of you guys... I guess to this episode, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions as I remember it throughout the game. But did any of you guys figure it was, in fact, him the whole time? Like, you suspected it? It's not this way, though. Wait. That's not an Odin's Raven. We wouldn't find an Odin's Raven here. We have to continue on. What is that? Takes us up there. Okay. Probably going the wrong way again. But yeah, did anybody suspect that Tyr wasn't what he appeared to be? Because I think, I definitely say that I think the majority of us probably thought that was really easy when it came to recovering Tyr. But I don't know if I ever would have thought in 1,000 years that it was Odin who was Tyr. And that was so clever of him, and it just shows how he, like, I think that they kept mentioning that Odin was one step ahead in so many regards, but yet we never really, I felt like throughout the entire game, I never felt like he was, until that scene. So, they just did it so well. Alright, time to mimir this. Finish him. Okay, finish them off real quick. Freya?
Careful, brother.
All right.
You're covered in bifrost.
He got his health back. Shoot, that was not ideal. Not ideal at all.
Use a shield strike.
I'm using a shield strike. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting my butt kicked because I refuse to use my freaking shield. I told you guys, I told y'all.
Above you, watch out.
I'm gonna go until it actually dies. Oh my gosh. Her arrows do so much now. I like the ones...
With Asgard destroyed, where will the Einherjar go?
Valhalla exists both inside and outside of Asgard. Who
Tempered
knows what became of
remnants.
it?
Aye.
50,000 hack silver. Asgard was wealthy? If we're getting 50,000 just from that, are you kidding me? All right, into the temple. I better shape up if I want to fight Berserkers today. To the map. Okay. So, I think we're done with this area. Yep. No, there's a Nornir chest here. Wait, what? It was over here. Yes, now I remember. Ah, yes. I forgot about that. I remember now when we came through and I was so... I just... oh, and we got a Mystic Gateway. Okay, that will help greatly. But... ah, we needed the spears for it. Yep. So we have to be able to kill all three at the same time. And the last one is right there. There we go. Which means this is probably a rage bead. This might be the last, or I think I need 2 more rages. Full belly. That's max completely. Okay. Does anybody else hate that there is a sliver of a difference between the two? For my OCD, please just make them the same. Why? Why are they slightly off? Please. And that completes that. So this is gonna be a little difficult though, because there's a lot here. Unless, wait, if I had to guess, there's a whole area that's been sectioned off to us because we didn't have the spear the first time. Yep, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. So just be listening for our favorite birds. This was one of my favorite parts in the whole game. After I talked smack about Alfheim too. And then they showed us this gorgeous location.
The Temple of Light is certainly gaudier than I remember.
Oh yeah, she hasn't been here
Aye.
with us the first time.
Thought it might be why Freya chose this realm. Change of pace from home.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, it has memories of Vanaheim with the greenery, but at the same time, it's much more, just like audacious, maybe? I still love the walls. I mean, look at the glitter and glow. And I don't even love glitter, like that's not my favorite thing. But it's something about the sparkles. And lights up the whole place. All right. I hear something, but I think that's the whirlwind itself. Could possibly be up there, but before we go over there, we just need to run through the whole thing all over again. Why do I feel like I hear a bird? I feel like I hear a bird. I also love hanging like florals. I don't know. It's something about just on the wall hanging down. I think that's why I love pathos plants so much. Like you can see one right there, but they just are like vines and kind of weave and wind. Gosh. I woke up and
The
there
elves
was...
have abandoned the Temple of Light at long last.
Ragnarok took a brutal toll on them.
They
There.
have retreated to
There.
mourn the dead, to take stock of their people.
How long will the peace last? Before another incursion into the temple occurs.
I
Yeah.
do not know. But
How
in
could I have
Asgard,
missed this?
light and dark elf fought as one.
Oh!
I do not think they will
Brother,
forget that.
the wee bastard's about to explode!
The wee bastard. How could I have missed these? This wasn't... Honestly, you should have missed this. How could I have done that? Oh, sorry. I didn't even see there were others. That's on me. Is this our last
Down
poem?
this path.
No, it's a scroll. Bifrost Bridge. I know it is not uncommon to hear the voices of those we have lost in the light, so I decided to run one little experiment, with the permission of the temple's guardian, of course. I was missing my beloved something terrible, and thought perhaps if I could hear him one last time, I'd feel more at peace. I packed up some of his favorite things, his blanket, the stuffed tassel worm, and I enchanted to squeak when squeezed, and an old drake bone with the teeth marks still imprinted, and set them down near the light to see if I could perhaps call to his soul. I sat quietly for quite some time. I called to him. It was very difficult to confirm, but after a while, I swear I could hear the distinct sound of his paws on wood, gentle clicking from his nails, just the way that they used to sound at home. They grew close. My heart beat faster in anticipation, but as soon as the sound started, they faded, and I heard no more. Perhaps I will try again one day, but for now, I will choose to believe he has found joy in the light and needs the comfort of his old life no more. I'm glad for him. Aww. It must have been... It definitely was like a... I thought it was a lover, but I think it's actually just like a animal, like a dog or something.
Right side, brother!
Definitely. But that's our last lore piece, but... Okay, these tassel worms are really annoying. This is not where the raven is. So the raven and the other priests are somewhere else entirely. So I missed 2 Hades Retribution. Wait, what is it? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, wait. What do I have right now? Flames of Anguish. There's so little that supersedes this, but I'm gonna do it. Plus we have so much XP anyway. I might as well upgrade everything, honestly. And it's only 65. What is the other one? The other one's 60. No, the other one's 86. Yeah, we'll do Hades Retribution. It's pretty cool. Also, let me see. All right. Just the raven. It's just the raven. No, that was it. I don't think I hear a raven here, but this would... Wait. Hold on. Yeah. The raven, the raven, the raven, the raven. The raven is right there. Oh my gosh. All right. But to do this, do we need to oh, okay. Interesting. Now down? No, up? No. Hold on. Back here? There we go. Let's go! All right, there's one last raven. So which... And that completes Alfheim, right? Completed favors. 100%! Okay, let's go. All right, back to the Mystic Gateway. And I'm glad we didn't have to go too far into the depths of this place. Let me actually track that though, so I don't lose sight of where I'm going. That's amazing. I don't think we're going back up. I think we need to keep going down, right? Yeah. Yes. Back to it. I'm surprised there isn't a Mystic Gateway inside the temple. I guess they're trying to keep it sacred. You don't want people just popping into the temple left and right. At least you can have it outside and guard it. And it was cool to get to see Freya's reaction to the Temple of Light as well. So Alfheim completed. Let's see. Let me actually pick my next destination before. So, yeah. Niflheim. Oh, okay. Well, I see the Crucible, but I don't think we have to do that. Legendary chest, Eyes of Odin. There's still one. Is that the only spot I'm missing in Eyes of Odin? Could it be? We can finally go to Muspelheim, by the way. And there's also a place down here that we have to close. Buried treasure. Okay, hold on. Odin's Raven. Buried treasure, remnant. Looking for Odin's Ravens. 1 out of 1, done. Odin's Raven, 1 out of 1. 1 out of 1. 1 out of 1. Y'all, I think that last Raven is... Remember when I told you guys that I was trying so hard to hit that one Raven that was soaring? But there's actually plenty of others as well that are flying. Sorry. I want to do Niflheim, but there's definitely more to this because it's only showing 38% complete, which is frustrating. I would say that Svartalfheim is another fun place that we could go to, and also that means we wouldn't have to leave them waiting very long to complete. I almost think I want to end the game though with Brock's memory. I don't think I actually want to do that right at the beginning. Jotunheim, of course. Damn. They should at least show 100% or something. Just make me not have to think that I'm missing out on things. Vanaheim. All right, let's complete Vanaheim next. So in order for me to complete Vanaheim, there's an artifact over here that I'm missing and an undiscovered. So we're going to fast travel there. Yep. Vanaheim's the second closest to being completed. There's also another undiscovered in that one location. So it'll be interesting to see how long today's video is too, because I'm just gonna go until we finish all of it. So however long that takes us. And it's already been 47 minutes. Oh gosh. Okay, this is gonna be a long video, y'all. Grab the popcorn, the snacks, the tea. And we also have one more, I think there's one more creature we have to get for Ratatas. And I think Ratatas has one more quest for us too. I think they did say to go back to him, did they not? Svartalfheim, nope, nope, nope. Vanaheim. Interesting, oh, because Vanaheim doesn't have a quest specifically. And the one that I need to fast travel to is down here. All the way down here. Confirm. I think it's 70 something.
To Vanaheim, then.
To Vanaheim.
Sounded like Lady Sif managed to convince the old boar to shelter the Aesir refugees.
It was his idea.
Oh?
To foster peace among the Vanir and Aesir.
That's brilliant.
Shifty bastard.
Bastard must be trying to prove he can out-diplomat me.
At least he's not convincing her to marry someone, like some other diplomats would.
Hmm.
A deservedly low blow, Your Majesty.
Anytime.
I do like that he has this respect for Freya, but I also think it's because he knows he's also caused a great deal of pain to her. I mean,
There's
to
another
many
of Garm's
things,
realm
right?
tears
But
nearby.
yep, there's our realm tear. And that means that the lore should be probably past this point, or it drops from this. It's possible it could drop from the realm tear itself, right? Oh my. Okay, that was not doing anything. I need my fire. Through the fire and glory. That did not do everything I wanted it to do. Get off my girl. Okay, he should not have still gotten that off. Mimir, you can't cancel that attack? Get this little gremlin off of me. And good night. Good night. I just always have my rage now. Also using his own weapon against him? Okay. What can I say? With the tray is gone, I miss a good hug. You know?
Well, we're halfway there.
I'm up for closing the rest if you are.
I would say over halfway.
Follow me.
4 out of 6. Please be a lord piece? No. Frozen Spark, though? That means the last two must be the other Frozen Sparks. Because I bet we're missing, if we go to Svartalheim, I bet we're missing one of the Draugr holes. And that would be our final piece for our blades. Yeah. I'm definitely doing this backwards. A ton of this stuff we could have done before. So there should be an artifact somewhere around here. There should be. I know there were a decent amount of things. There we go. That's got to be it. Yeah, there were a decent amount of things that were... No, it's not. That's just a chest. That were locked out to us with the... Now that we have the spear. But this does mean that we haven't been in this location before, most likely. Let me make sure I'm still in this. Yeah, it's got to be... No, it technically could be this whole area. So I guess we should just walk through the whole thing.
Brother, I've heard my share of stories about your homeland.
Let me make sure there's nothing over
I've
here.
also heard that you once fought in a tournament.
I fought in many contests.
But this particular one, I heard you did battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician. That's not true, is it?
I don't know if I'd say
I would
greatest.
not speak of this.
Fair enough, brother.
Fair enough. This is, yeah. Thrud. Mimir's heard so much about us. Oh, well, I guess, okay, well, I guess the nature of everything, you know, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. I think overall, I feel like they did the perfect combination between combining, like when there was a little bit of combination between the two mythologies, you know? I feel like they did a really good job. Oh, the plants aren't trying to kill us anymore. What is this? Oh, no, they are. No, they still are. So I remember this location. Yeah. I remember this. That means we're probably in the right spot, though. Oh my gosh. There's so many. They're like little acrobats. Okay. Labor complete. How many labors do we have left, actually? Hold up. Oh my goodness. Can I not quickly... Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. We have a few more. I wonder, these should happen naturally by completing the areas, right? The only ones would be these that... Like, poisoning, right? Stuns, poison. Wait, we still have a stun? We're super close. Let's switch her to Let's switch to stun arrows instead of... Get out of here. Switch to stun over the hex arrows for now. Okay, so that means the artifact has to be somewhere in here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let me see exactly where it stops. Over here, in this area. That's a remnant, though. We still need to go over there for the remnant of Asgard. Right there. But it could technically go all the way up here. I know I went through there, but I'm just gonna double check. Just gonna double check. Never be too sure. Yep. Okay, you can be too sure. Obviously, you save a lot of time if you do this as you go along. Must be upstairs. Or no, I think the spear granted us ability to go somewhere, perhaps. Were we locked out by the spear? I'm always trying to think that it was the spear that caused us not to collect it, not my... Yeah, it's not there. Okay. It's got to be up top, or even further. I love the trees here. I heard that health feed from all the way up there. I know that's the right... Oh, hey. Watch yourself. It's not through there. We checked that. Everything is trying to kill you. We did this. We can't change it to day to night. Hold on. There's still something... Oh, it's her hex arrow down there. I try to do it by, like, listening, like audio. Oh, crap. I could have done this a long time ago. Yeah, I try to listen for objects that I'm missing, but I forget that the hex arrows always make the same sound, too. Oh, check it out. That could be... Oh! I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. How did I miss that? What? I never went through this? I think I even was like, I remember this point where I was like, oh, wait, stop. Back. I was like, oh, I wonder how you get back there. I'll do that later. And there were arrows pointing to it. How much clearer could they have made it? Not that this is, it's probably hack silver at best, but still. It's the cleanup crew. Yeah, no lore. I'll still take it though. So we technically still haven't found it. I bet you it is a spear up here. Vanaheim's one of those places that if you are missing something, it's really frustrating because there's so much here. All right, he's gone. He gone. Over on the right side? No. Isn't it when we go through here? Is this not towards... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is towards their camp. This isn't... I don't think... I feel like we've already passed it now. Yeah. And at this point, I should have fast traveled to a different location. Nornir chest. Nothing to the right side. It's really hard when it's like a scroll or something because they're also super small. Maybe through here? No. Rock hopping. Perhaps making it daytime and coming through would open something up after all? Or making it nighttime, because look at that. I hear something. I think you have to come here in the middle of the night anyway, right? I'm still technically here. We still technically could find the artifact as long as I don't go to the right side. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look this one up. That's into their, yeah, that is into their lair. Was it this? Did we ever, we opened this one and then that led to that path. And this just leads to a boat. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How could I have missed it? Is it back over here? We came through there. There's nothing here. What is it? It's an artifact, right? Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to look that one up. Southern Wilds artifact. All right. Could it be along the river, perhaps? Can you even take? I guess you can't really. Yeah, you can't even take a boat up this. All right, I guess we'll come back for that. Let's go do this. I think we can access that from the boat, right? And is that a Berserker? There was a Berserker gravestone over here? And a Delta River favor. All right, let's get on the River Delta. So we can still go this way. I think so. This will be the best way to get there. So we are going towards...
Something else I recall about that Greek play I mentioned, if you won't take offense to the critique. As a work of performance, it consisted almost entirely of watching people give speeches and receive terrible news. Might have been nice to see more events dramatized instead of described.
It is Greek tradition for a story to unfold in a single time and place uninterrupted. It is more clear.
If you say so.
If you say, wow, we're cruising. All right. Onto the River Delta. Absolutely cruising. I gotta keep referencing the map though. So if we go right, I think we can find that, but I don't know if we're actually able to access it. So I don't know. I would say, let me just make sure. So we're done here, done there, done there. Here we're good. Here we're good. There we're good. So this is the last place on the River Delta, I believe. And that actually might finish up that last favor on the River Delta. Remnants of Asgard. Done here. Done. Not done here. So this is the last Odin's Raven. Okay. It isn't the one. Ah. Okay. That's the last. Odin's Raven is up there. And then we also need to do that undiscovered right there. So we do need to get on our boat. And we have to clear this. Okay. We've got our path. I would say let's go to the Berserker first. Oh, yeah. But can we clear this real quick? Can I... Let me get this. If we can clear this. Yes, we can. This... Okay. Do you guys remember when I came through here? I don't know if you guys remember. But I complained about this spot. I was like, this is the perfect spot for there to be like an item or something. What is even here? Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. But also, what's here? Very suspicious. There it is. Okay. Figures. Alright, let's use a little bit of Mimir.
They're healing!
Oh, he's not about to heal today. Not today. The kill with the spear. Also, do you see how quickly my rage meter refills? I know I said it earlier, but there's no reason not to just spam hard. Agree.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Not today. Oh, I thought I parried that. There we go. Alright, I gotta practice parry. Well, that is not exactly something I can practice with. Theirs are hard. There we go. Theirs are so hard to parry. Another Bifrost done.
I'm glad we can help these
Oh,
games
shoot.
on their way. Even if
Just really hated those barrels.
They do not need to spend their afterlife serving a cruel god any longer.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anything else? 4 out of 10. I'm surprised at how many they put that you have to clear, but it kind of makes sense for an entire realm being destroyed. 10 pieces is probably pretty good, to be honest. All right, I'm excited for the Berserker. So we've got Berserker and a favor technically, but we can't go through this way? This way is blocked now? Maybe that's why you have the access to the... Man. I guess that's why they give us this. So we're gonna need to, and I can't forget that favor, so as soon as I take a break, I'll look up that other favor once we're almost done with the rest of Vanaheim. We need to fast travel down to here, this landing. This landing will do. Did anybody finish most of it before? I guess if I really wanted... The only weapon I would have wished to see at its full capability would have been the spear, honestly.
Hand over that Spartan flag. I can write something.
We never did use her
Good thing
armor
we
that
didn't
she
miss
had.
This.
Oh, wait! Wait! Rally your forces and make haste to the prison that has fallen in Niflheim. Niflheim, sorry, I'm like combining Nilfgaard and Niflheim. It now lies near the Raven Tree. Do not let the prisoners escape the queen. Guys, is that what I think it is? No, it's not. Never mind. It was this girl from the 10 pieces. I was like, there's no way that it's gonna put an art. I got too excited. I'm still tracking for it though, so we're good. The disappointment in my face right after that. Oh. All of my... Oh. Look at the ibex. No clever story now, Mimir? And take it left now. Here we go.
A vengeful berserker gravestone.
That actually might be the last favor too.
That's showing him.
Oh, ow. I don't think I really need this, but you should be able to burst it. That's some bullshit. I know that there's a favor, so I'm wondering if this completes the River Delta favor as well, or the River Delta favor is completely separate. This is not gonna be a fun fight. But our rage is full and our health is about to be full too, so we're good. And we have our resurrection stone. Right? I did not mean to... Actually did not mean to initiate that right away. You can't have side minions helping you. This is some bullshit. That's not fair. Oh my, what? Stop focusing on the side guys. Oh my gosh. There we go. Get back over here. See what happens. Okay, that might have not been the best move for this. I need that health bead right next to him. Here we go. He has that same ability that they have. Oh! The poison wrecks you. I'm probably not going to get this. Kill the eyeball. He's raising hell. I hate poison so much. Oh, yep, that'll do. The only reason I'm gonna get this though is because I have my full... Stop. R3. These stupid enemies, come here. Back to back R3s.
Incoming! Above you!
It's the only reason I'm gonna kill him first try. He died from up here. There we go. That was not my most glorious Berserker fight, but that's bold that he can call. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
One because he killed the previous king.
Oh.
Aldis. A kind man.
Aldis.
A trusting man.
He trusted this usurper. This Rolf.
No, Aldis trusted me. And, fool that I am, I
The
trusted
fool that I am.
So
Almost
now
in the
you
9
seek
realms.
A dangerous path.
You're one to talk.
I am an authority on the subject. You would do well to listen.
I'm an authority on the subject of vengeance. I mean, I don't think we can really argue with that. Yeah, not my most beautiful fight, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I didn't even see this one. Guys, we have had this one for so long. And don't get me wrong, I love it. But, come on. We gotta start. This is the time when you get to mess around and see which ones you actually would have liked to use throughout it, okay? This is the time to use them. And what is this? Activating Furious and Militia. I mean, you guys know that I'm not the best at activating anything on any of my weapons. I just kind of go in swinging. And it's worked for me so far. So. Now, does that conclude the favor as well, or is the favor separate? The favor is separate. Which means, most likely, the River Delta favor is up above. Unless this is something different. I thought we did meet somebody up here. I remember doing this puzzle, and wasn't there a person that we could help down here? Or does that take us somewhere different? I thought there was a River Delta favor that we activated. Is this somewhere different? No, this is. Same spot. Thought we saw somebody's body over here. It's the last River Delta favor. Wait, what was that? I just smacked something. Really? Nothing? Interesting. I don't see. Unless it's another, could it possibly, let me zoom in a little bit. So like if I go down here, that's something else entirely. It's like this tiny, small vicinity. And it doesn't show. That's not it. Oh, there we go.
Is piety.
Ooh, that was hard to find her.
Please, leave me to my prayers. I await Freya, the great healer.
She's right here.
I am here.
She will cure me. I have been a loyal follower. She would not abandon.
I am Freya. What do you need?
Only she can cure my sickness. With mangold, mire, and poem.
Cure for the dead. We have to
We
go
must
collect
help
these
her.
items?
She demands a cure. She is dead.
That's
She
true.
is trapped here, ignorant of her own death. If we bring her what she needs, she'll move on.
You are certain.
I'm not going to do nothing. She
Well,
needs
there's one right
mangold,
here.
mire, and palm. We should find some.
Well, here you go.
Did you recognize her? The sickly spirit?
No.
Look
There
at
was
that.
a time I could recall the face of every one of my people, but
Aww. There.
sometimes I wonder if gods live too long.
I once felt the same.
Aww. That's a funky looking jellyfish plant. Mushroom. This was such an easy favor. I wonder how I missed this earlier. She is
That's
kind of like
everything I
hidden in
need.
the back, you know?
Let's return to the Sixth Spirit.
You would cure the dead.
I promised I would take care of my people.
Cure for
You
the
do not
dead.
even remember her. Nor she you.
But she's still
And?
our people.
Let us return to the spirit.
Aww. She's so far back there.
Have you finally?
We have collected the plants.
We have them.
I feel my vitality returning to me. I feel Freya.
I am here.
I knew you would return. Even as the doubters cursed your name.
Thank you. But
Aww.
it's time to rest. You have earned it.
Thank you, my queen.
That's also true. For Freya, she
I am
probably...
tired indeed.
I mean, for Freya, she has a lot of her own. Look at the flowers that just
Till we
bloom.
continue.
Yes.
I mean, she had so many people that, you know, denounced Freya as their queen, right? And so to come across another person that still cared deeply for her and supported her even after what took place, I don't blame her for wanting to help her for a second. Increases stun damage inflicted based on Kratos' defense. So this actually isn't bad. I think we should go ahead and throw that on because that can help us last second dodges and power the strength. I'm gonna actually unsock these and we're gonna put the Svartalheim on because I need to finish out my stun quest and then poison as well. So I can actually use the amulets to assist some of those. I love how the flowers bloom as well where we need to go. Okay, so our final goal. This river delta is completed. I still need to do that one artifact. I will come back for that. Odin's Raven, we have this question mark up here. So I would say let's hop on a boat and go up here because this is our last Odin's Raven. However, I don't actually think we can. I don't know what the fastest path to get there would be. Perhaps we need to go through here and then out this way. So we can just take, I would say go back right here. Vanaheim can be difficult to navigate as far as that. Or, real quick, there is a question. There's supposed to be an undiscovered here. The only thing that's frustrating is normally you can see, or maybe you only see the undiscovers that you come close to. So maybe I never came close to the undiscover in this location. Or, hear me out, you had to have the celestial altar, perhaps, to find the undiscovered up there. But either way, we need to go back to right here. So let's go back to here first because we know we can't go the other way. Look at that tree. Funky. I don't think I'm actually getting closer. I think I took the wrong way. Oh, we're going further. Damn it. Nope. Nope. Just the roundabout way. How did I get so far from it? Am I still far from it? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Where am I? How did I get on this river? It's okay. We can still actually navigate it. And then we can technically go this longer way to still get back to it. It's because I went underneath that middle path. Vanaheim can be the hardest one to navigate of them all. It also kind of proves that with how long it took me to complete the upper section of Vanaheim. 4 hours to complete all of those side missions and everything. Vanaheim, and then we're going back up to this one. And then actually, I think we'll just be able to hop over across the way, get into the center, go up the 2 side paths. I need to stick with Vanaheim as much as I want to just... It's really hard not to want to bounce around. But whenever I did this in other games too, I feel like I'm less productive, so I have to stay put with whatever decision I make. So if we're doing Vanaheim, we're doing all of Vanaheim, you know? Also, that tree is up now. The tree was not up. Oh, daytime, nighttime. That would do it. That would do it. I actually think we need to go down that path. Down this river, and then I bet you we can come up right here and then travel over there. Do it. Wait. I think it was the health bead that I heard, not a raven. Do we not have the ability to get behind there? We can't turn day to night? But that's the only way that we would be able to access it unless we have to go through this path. And if that's the case, then I really... Freya? Is this supposed to be open or something? I guess we can't get back there? Oh, shoot. So we can't access that altar, and we can't get back to where we were. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to backtrack this whole way. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I don't think it's possible to access that. We're good. Okay, so we got back to the center point, y'all. After taking, you know, just a stroll in Vanaheim. You know, it's always good to see your surroundings. Check it out. But we're back here, so I know we have a couple people that we can see how they're doing, including Sif. And then we're gonna route to over here. And I've got to figure out exactly... I don't know, is there a spot over here where I can take a boat up here? I've got to figure that out. But Sif.
Must be present at all times.
Kratos, Freya, welcome back.
Hello.
Mimir.
Lady Sif,
Freya.
it speaks volumes seeing you here in person. The first of the Aesir to visit us in peace.
Really, Your Majesty?
It's the capacity of the Vanir's forgiveness that speaks volumes.
We know Asgard was more than Odin and his Einherjar. If they'll help us rebuild, they're more than welcome to stay.
Aesir and Vanir living together.
Who would
I
have
never
thought?
thought it possible.
I imagine a severe lack of options for the Aesir helped ease things along.
Oh, Mimir. It has truly been a pleasure not listening to your prattling commentary for the last 100 winters.
Well,
I would have missed him.
excuse me, milady.
100 winters of Mimir bleeding at court? I think I'd rather be exiled.
All right, y'all.
That's the stories I have.
Really? Do tell.
Well, everything appears to be in order here, diplomacy administered, and all's well. Let's leave these two to their planning, shall we?
Mimir getting a little hurt over there. It's just a joke. Actually, it's probably not a joke from Sif, to be honest. But still. So we can't travel through this way. It's over here.
What if
That's
the
right.
winter is harsh, or if the food spoils?
Or if the food spoils. That's really cool to see Sif's character development throughout the whole game. Not that she's been like this huge part to begin with, but I didn't expect her to kind of reconnect with Thrud and then also to be such a help at the end there. Do we need to make it nighttime? Or is that just a... Oh, snap. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I can't actually be sure. It might just be it's a fast way through. Yeah, I think so. But there are some things that we're gonna need to use the spear for. Beyond just killing these creatures, I wanna say. We need to look for a boat. So I wonder what that last raven that we have to kill is after we collect all the ones out in the wild. Maybe to put them finally at rest, perhaps? There's not a way to go into the water over here. There's the Einherjar. And we can't take a boat from over here. So this just, I'm still confused how I'm supposed to get over here. It's either through this path or through here somehow. Hey, yo. Don't think you got the message that there's no more Odin. Death by Mimir.
Left side incoming.
There we go. Oh, there's a whole wyvern. I should have saved my abilities for the wyvern. Right.
You're covered in Bifrost.
I feel like I have unlimited rage these days. And another chest. Next steps. Asgard's destruction is not the end of our fight. Once you have gathered yourselves, move your troops to my location in Muspelheim's crucible. We shall strike back against the traitorous Frigg, this ghost of Sparta she travels with, and all who stand our way. Well, there we go. We know where we're gonna fight the last Valkyrie, which explains... I swore there was at least one Valkyrie we'd fight. 5 out of 10. And a next direction. But I have to hit it. I know that I'm full HP, but that's not the point. But yeah, once again, I can't travel through this way. So I still have to, I'm gonna path to this and then hopefully it can just bring us the right way. I missed it so many times before as well. I'm on my way. It was weird seeing her slowly crawl out of that. For some reason, it just looked funky. Eastern Barry Woods? The Barry Woods? Alright, so I should be able to travel this way. And I think I wasn't able to take this down before. Maybe that's what it was. I think when we were questing, we couldn't do this. But here we go. Ow. Okay. On me. Ever vigilant? No more? Yes. I wonder if we'll see Heimdall's body. Do you think Odin went and like retrieved it real quick and took it back? Probably not. Why do I feel like I've never been here at all? But I think we climbed up here. We did. We climbed up here once. Yeah. This would have been so much easier to do this as I was playing the game. Shoot, 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 shoot. Oh, I think that you can get down over there, but for me, I actually want to venture back here. All right, now we're on the right path. I think what it was by the time we came back here and I realized that I missed that whole section. Whoa. I think I wasn't able to go down here because we had to go up. It was something like that. I guess in my head, I'm trying to figure out how I missed all of this stuff, you know?
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
Nope. I need to make her be on stun. We need to try to stun people more. Are we close to it? Yeah, we're here. So I missed a raven at her home. You know what? I'm wondering if it's because I paused the game at this point. Maybe because of that. And there was a scroll here somewhere. Huh. Oh, because I can jump from one side but not to the other. All right. I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Do you hear what I hear? Maybe it's underneath. I heard it for a second. I know I did. We were trying to get the moon back so quickly. Is it inside, maybe? That's not to kill. Huh. I know I heard it for like a split second. It must be inside of the temple. Because that counts, right? No, this is somewhere else. This is somewhere different. Once again, I'm not even in the right spot. But technically, there can be a raven over here. And I hear it. So it's got to be on this inside. Where we collected the moon. That's right, we came back for the moon here. It's got to be over here. Unless what I was hearing was the rage and health meter. I see a chest over there, which means oh, wait. No. Do you see what I see? Last one. Show me completed. What? That's the last raven. What? That is the last raven, I know. I know it is. Also, I know I have to go back to the undiscovered, but there's a piece of lore somewhere here as well. I just want to make sure I'm not missing it. Could be in the smallest. Could be hidden pretty well. Maybe you need to make it nighttime to be able to get over to that chest. We saw that chest, right? I can't do anything over here. Surely something would have happened with my goals, my favors. The 9 realms, the eyes of Odin. Yes, okay, open the raven's gifts. I guess I was expecting to hear something different when we completed it. I guess I put too much stock in it. Perhaps it's this way. We came down from over there. Aw, my guy. Hey, yo. Could be beyond here, too. Could be down there. Why did I have to pick the hardest one? I don't think I would actually say the hardest one to find everything in. I think it's just the most, like, bountiful. Is that a... Why is there a random chicken right here? Why do we have a random chicken? Yeah, I think it's more that it just is... There's a lot of stuff here. Could be right here. Being blocked by this. Strong chance. Or just a path. I already found that. Oh. What is that too? Same thing. I mean, we have to go to the undiscovered anyway. Nothing else. All right, to the undiscovered. There's another one that's probably gonna burst. You stay right there. What are the chances? Maybe I missed it down there? No. This is just back to here too. Though technically, it can be here. I think on this side it technically can be here. But we did find the right path over. Yep, okay. No. It was so nice of people to put these boards here, you know? So very nice of them. Come on. I see the thing we have to clear. I never had this Mystic Gateway. This could have been a game changer. Not a game changer, at least just not made me waste all that time traveling. There's our undiscovered. Anything. Is there something on that guy's body? Yeah. Alright, well let's at least do the... We'll do the rift here in a second. I have to kill this. Oh, I remember this one. I kind of liked this quest. There we go. Was it down here after all? No, that was the Nornir chest itself. I remember the item. It was just hack silver from this guy's body, I think. Which the undiscovered should be here as well. Now we're getting too far. Okay, I missed it again. What? Although technically the lore could still be all the way up until we go over here. So let me just for my own sanity, real quick, let me check this house one more time. But we gotta get to that undiscovered. I don't want your health bead. Give me your lore. I went that way. And then that's where we... Just to make sure. I think this is where we went across into the other section. I have to keep checking to make sure. It's probably by the undiscovered, wherever that was. Yeah. This area is a mess. I can't cross over here because I know that if I cross over here, I'm not going to be able to come back. So I'm going to need to look up this section too. And we have to get back to the question mark anyway. So I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look up the other... Unless it's through here? Oh my goodness. Is it through the hut? I thought I went through the hut before. I definitely crawled through this. Yeah. Yeah, because remember I was talking about the cool statues and that land and the shelves. I was so impressed with the shelves. All right, well, let me pause it here. Let me look that stuff up. We are in... What is this? This is the abandoned village. So the abandoned village and then also the one down here, which is the Southern Wild. So I'm going to look those two up and then I will be right back, guys.